technology outside of the XRP ledger, and I want to show you in this video why I think that XRP will connect with these private ledgers, and I'd like to show you this is exactly why I'm sure XRP is going to, if you want to be an important part of this plan, certain to stay for this whole think that this is a very bullish thesis around the Ripple company and XRP, so I think it's important to fully understand. Know, as always, that you're there for me is so important to this channel. Make sure, if you haven't already, like and I want to subscribe, because it will help me much, and it will really help this channel will continue to grow in the future. If you need a good place to buy XRP, here it is. Or the Flare token. Be sure to check out my favorite conversation. Hold down this video's description. With that said, though, let's get started. I hope you like the content, so I'll stop. Want to begin this video and just say give XRP Crow a quick shout out on Twitter. He actually brings people together. XRP poster every year, and it looks like I made it this year. I thought this was funny for the XRP YouTubers. I have seen this poster go around every year around the XRP community since 2004, so it's really cool. Just to see myself on it, it was worth it. I feel kind of strange about it. Even more so because many of these I learned about XRP from YouTubers. So it's really cool to see myself there. Go follow XRP next to them for sure. Crow on Twitter and all of these other YouTubers are really amazing, and I think you get a little bit of from the point of view of everyone out there. It's so cool to live in a really cool community. Be like all these other influential people. I learned a lot from all of these people. Helped me learn a lot about when I first started using cryptocurrency. I really did feel like I was people who didn't really know what they were doing. They just didn't understand cryptocurrency. Saying that Bitcoin was the only option. There was crypto out there, which meant anything, and if anything you can maybe dab in Ethereum, but get rid of everything else. Once I got in, I saw that it's all garbage. Learning about XRP and picking up tips from these other people who have power, I figured out what a cryptocurrency is. A decentralized payment system. Network that will change your life, whole financial system, and that just wasn't a story being spread by other people who have a lot of influence on the rest of the cryptocurrency market. Seem to be discussing pigs and these microcap tokens that didn't really do anything, but I only saw this technology that was very powerful and couldn't figure out why it wasn't used where it looked like it should have been used, and what the financial sector XRP community members really helped me see how things work. How cryptocurrency could have how they really work in the real world could change the way we do things now. Even so, the financial system definitely a shout out. I'm very happy to see that I was on this poster. Go check out these other YouTubers. There's so much good stuff out there, and it's so cool that I could be a part of it. I want to move on and get on with things. Say something about Bitcoin, because the U.S. In fact, Senator Elizabeth Warren was in. She talked about Bitcoin in an interview. There really isn't anything to it. It's just a claim with no proof. I couldn't believe how interesting I thought this was. Because Elizabeth Warren is a U.S. Senator. One of those people who always tries play don't look down on the poor. She always sounds as if she's trying to stand up for people who need the most help, but at the end of the day, not knowing what Bitcoin is really a problem of the first world. At the end of the day, there are countries places with terrible high inflation. Those countries' currencies are losing 90 every year. They lose % of their value. These are the kinds of people who need Bitcoin. These are the people who rush to Bitcoin because the value of their currency is going up. Grew bigger and became oblivion, and Elizabeth Warren is saying that there's nothing useful about it that supports it. Bitcoin is a lifesaver for these countries are progressing quickly. Degraded, and, in the end, if you can't see that it's important. It's just a first world problem that we don't have to do in the US. Worry about how safe our money is. Ruined. Maybe one day we can start over based on where we're going. But we don't have any right now, so understanding Bitcoin, not understanding that there are more transactions with Bitcoin Visa, just shows that every year, and saying that doesn't help just because shows that you don't really get it. How useful something is, and you all know that I'm not a huge Bitcoin fanatic. I still think it's silly to say that, though. That it serves no purpose at all and it is not supported by anything. by a payment network without a central hub that no government can shut down, and that there is so much use at the end of the day. Which is why it's used. Countries in every part of the world have Bitcoin is being used by people. Because, in the end, their country's getting worse, and Elizabeth Warren not even be able to do a little understand this only proves that she actually doesn't care about the little guy. She really has his money. Who does she have her hands in? Whoever is willing to give her the most. It has nothing to do with money. Really helping out the little guy. At the end of the day, these people need Bitcoin in their countries because they have no other choice. This is their only option, is to hold a currency that is strong. Getting rough from the ground up. I find it so funny that some people don't understand that. Of the most important things, these politicians are like, oh, Bitcoin's too dangerous, no one will want to do it. If the price of Bitcoin drops 50 in a year, well, dropping at the end of the still, 50 in a year is better than your money is worth 90 less because of hyperinflation. And if you look at the big picture, if you've had Bitcoin for more than a year, you might not going to be sad, you're likely to be way up. So it just goes to show what kind of people we're dealing with here. People are trying to get this space under control who don't know what's going on. It's so confusing. It's sad to see all these people who are shouting the loudest and hardest, unaware of everything going on in this. The good news is, however, that it shows that we didn't get into this business too late. All of these start very early. None of these the internet is being called a by politicians. Scam. None of them are saying, oh, emails, it's never going to work out. The fact that it was a decentralized Ponzi scheme, these people just can't figure it out. Around the simplest things going on in this space only proves that we are going to get up very early one day and go to look back at this kind of tweet, or we laugh when people say things like this. Because they are going to be so wrong, and it will look exactly the same as people who couldn't figure it out, people around the internet who couldn't make sense of it. Cars, these folks are always wrong, because technology always wins. This will be just another example of these people missing the point boat, and I'd like to end this video and talk about the CBDC project by Ripple, how private ledgers really work, going to help raise the price of XRP. I see a lot of people over time. People are saying on Twitter that, oh, XRP is not going to be used in a product made by Ripple. It won't make any difference to the price. I just don't get it at all. At the end of the day, this story is about Ripple's have a reason to try to make XRP rise. They have $50 billion, and Ripple's really a business built around an asset. They're going to try to put XRP into as many things as they can because it's the heart that's really beating. I tweeted that the heart of their business was, people said this morning that Ripple didn't use XRP when they started out stepping up their payments across borders. It turns out that XRP was always a part of the plan. The same thing will be true for their private ledger. In business, everything will come back to XRP. For those who were not there when Ripple first came out with their international payment solution, the XRP wasn't being used in the auto format. It was only a layer for sending messages, and companies had the choice to use XRP right away. People started getting involved. Said, oh, Ripple will never use XRP. They only have one choice, to try. Make it seem like people are using XRP. This product has no reason to be used. Has nothing to do with XRP. What ended up happening with Ripple, they had the option to start using XRP. Perfected how to use it in the line of products, and that made it make more sense for customers to actually start to use XRP in the line of products, and then Ripple's product would not exist without it. People who said, oh, Ripple's not a big deal, XRP is not going to be used ever. Be used to make payments across borders, we're wrong, and they just couldn't see it. See the big picture, but what we're doing here is at the moment in Ripple's CBDC a good product for central banks because its XRP private ledgers are what it is based on. That aren't using the XRP you and I have. But that doesn't mean they're never going to be going to use the public ledger, and at the end of the day, the fact is that these places are ready to build. The XRP CBDCs on private versions ledger shows pretty much that they have one has an interest in using the public ledger day. Do we really think that all each of these countries is going to build close CBDCs that can't talk with each other? Not with each other, of course, and it's the same way that payment was made. Providers used Ripple's cross-border payment system. They didn't start out with a good way to pay. They started out with ODL and XRP. A message layer found out that they liked it and asked, all right, what else can you do? XRP is a key part of Ripple's business. Long-term plan, and just doesn't make I couldn't see why Ripple wouldn't one day have things for sale on this CBDC platform. There are so many different ways to use XRP. Ways to look at it, but I just think it's important for people to know that XRP will be included in the equation. And if you just look at something as easy as this and this, in fact, what we have is a tweet from BUYBACK. Different kinds of money in their own little box that the public can see. XRP ledger, you could probably think of each around to the XRP ledger is not a private ledger. Using XRP, but they can connect to between them, they'll have to use the public record, so some people will come saying, oh, XRP is not really being written down in these private books. These countries won't be able to use XRP on their own CBDCs. Well, yeah, possibly not directly, but that doesn't. XRP will not be an important part of it's clear that the final product is going to be. There would be no reason for it not to be, and I think it's so important that we don't really pay attention to. This when we said, oh, we'll write this, second XRP is not being used directly, and because of this technology, it's never be used, and it never will. We really do need to raise the price of XRP. Need to think about some things again, how these products fit into the value of the internet. The internet is not a closed system, nor will it be how important the internet is to these countries. Going to keep their own records, they're going to get these private technologies, but in the end, that's just such a small part of what is being made here. The big question is, what is going to the internet has changed everything. Value that will be open to the public and linked is the only way to do it. Get that is using distributed public ledgers like the XRP ledger, and that's why is it important to me that Ripple get countries. One step is to use private ledgers. They are getting closer to using the public ledger. These are very important things you need to know, and just so guys know that we're already on the move towards this change. It seems in the next 2 weeks, Ripple will be sending their side chains to the XRP ledger, and that will make it happen so different countries, different central banks can build on ledger's ideas. Directly next to the XRP ledger, use public ledger and XRP on their private ledger, which is almost the same thing. Having a private ledger and a public one is and being able to access the public ledger. Ripple's plans are slowly becoming clear. To set up this new way of sending this new financial system of payments, some countries are linked together and will want to see a private version of what's going on, but they should be able to connect to the version for the public. I just want to stop telling this story where people are saying, oh, Ripple's really putting together these new products. They have nothing to do with XRP. Your XRP is going to that could not be worthless. Ripple has 50 million users, which is not true. Billion XRP, they want the price to go up more than we do, and when all is said and done, they'll be putting it all together. Into every product they make, they put XRP. I think CBDCs are the best thing that could possibly be done, going to be a huge use for XRP. In any case, guys, thank you so much. I hope you liked it. Thanks for coming. Update if you did, make sure to like, and it really does mean a lot if you sign up. For now, make a lot of noise.